We've got a new member of the Channel 13 news team. You're going to be hearing something from Felicia Lawrence tonight, an anchor that's going to be joining us soon here on the early evening newscast. Welcome to this Facebook Live here on this cold Wednesday night across central Indiana. So glad you could join us. Let us know where you're watching tonight. We'll give you a shout out over the next 15 minutes. Coming up in the next few minutes, friend of the show, Lauren Kostick, has got a really interesting story about a state-of-the-art burn unit that has actually saved the leg of a man who was severely burned in a kitchen accident. So we'll be checking in with Lauren in a moment. Also tonight, great news about Indy Honor Flight, the group that takes veterans to Washington, D.C. for the day. They've been basically sidelined because of COVID. They are starting to fly here in 2022, and Channel 13 viewers are helping make it possible. I've got that story for you. But let's begin our evening, as we always do, with Angela. Angela, my friend, it is cold outside, and boy, it's going to be cold for those kiddos at the bus stop tomorrow.
Oh, it is. Temperatures significantly colder from 24 hours ago, and kind of a shock. If you were out earlier today, we were close to 40, but by 4 p.m. had dropped into the 30s, wow. And then we spent most of the evening in the 20s. So yes, the temperatures are taking a big tumble. It's going to be heavy coat weather, hats, gloves. We're almost 20 colder from 24 hours ago in Indianapolis. We're down 22 in Greencastle, 21 colder in Bloomington, and 25 colder in Lafayette. Temperatures in Lafayette have already dropped into the teens, 17 degrees currently. We're down to 21 Indianapolis, 20 Kokomo, Greencastle, and Terre Haute, and 22 Bloomington. Still mid-20s for you in Richmond and Shelbyville, but everybody's going to drop into the teens first thing tomorrow morning. Factor in the winds that been a little gusty this evening. Wind chills running in the single digits already. Feels like 7 in Indianapolis, feels like 9 in Bloomington and Muncie. And wind chill forecast going sub-zero in a few places. Early morning tomorrow, feeling like -1 in Lafayette, Kokomo, feeling like close to 0, Greencastle, Muncie, and Richmond. So needless to say, what you need to wear tomorrow, teens for the morning, 20s for the afternoon.
Wow.
Heavy coat weather all day long. Gloves, a hat, a good idea as well. And we can't rule out a couple of snow showers. These are going to be lake effect snow showers coming off Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan is not iced over yet. So we still have plenty of water. So as the colder air moves over the waters of Lake Michigan, that helps to get that snow machine going. And we're going to have a little bit of an explainer on that coming up for you at 11.
All right. You going to get your steps in on a cold morning tomorrow?
I am not. I have an eye doctor's appointment. So it's very convenient that I have an appointment and I have to go to the B&V tomorrow.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, we'll have to talk about that tomorrow night. Facebook friends joining us. Wanda from North Carolina tonight. Jan's from Oklahoma this evening, so it's great to have both of you. Renita says burr, which is exactly what you feel like when you step outside right now. Rachel is with us tonight. It's good to have Carol with us. Tim says a lake effect in northeast Indiana. 94 around LaPorte.
Yes, and they're dealing with some lake effect snow. I forgot to show that. I'll bring it up next. I'll bring the radar up next time.
Okay.
But the lake effect is interesting. It all depends on wind direction over the lake. So there's more of a northwest wind. So the lake effect snow is closer to LaPorte and South Bend tonight.
Okay.
But then we're going to get a due north wind right over the lake, and that's going to bring the lake effect straight south. So places like Lafayette, Monticello, Delphi, Logansport might see a few of those lake effect snow showers.
Okay. Anastasia loves your dress, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Ralph joins us from Alabama tonight. So we've got people all over the country. We've got Margot from Speedway, Terry from Plainfield tonight. Rosie's joining us from Muncie. So we've got lots of people. Sandra, thank you for joining us. Latoya's saying, Latoya wants to know, Angela, where is summer? LOL.
We got a couple months, Latoya. Just a couple months.
All right, we're going to get back with Angela in a moment, talk a little bit more about those sub-zero wind chills. We'll get back to her just coming up in a jiffy. But let's turn our attention to one of the stories that you're going to see tonight on 13 News at 11. We've got a state-of-the-art burn unit that is doing a remarkable thing for a Hoosier who suffered some serious burns. A friend of the show, Lauren Kostick, joining us tonight. Lauren, tell us a little bit about your story.
Yeah, Scott. So Dean Jones, he's from North Vernon, was smoking brisket for a birthday party for his daughter and his grandkids. They're all born in late October. And so he was outside his house on his deck. And when he was coming back in, he ended up tripping on some of his grandkids' toys and he accidentally pulled down his smoker right on top of his right leg, which sent about half a gallon of 250-degree drippings onto his skin. He says it's a pain he can't even describe, and I can't even imagine. So he ended up hurrying up and going to his local ER, and they transferred him to Ascension St. Vincent's new burn unit, which you can see right here. It's in Indianapolis, that main campus there on 86th Street. And we got to go inside today and see all the new technology they have because they just opened last September. So Dean was one of their first patients. And this new center has about 8 rooms and can treat both adults and kids. There's Dean right there, you can see. And there are only a few like this in Indiana. And after 2 surgeries, including skin grafts, Dean started to recover and was able to go home by Christmas and continue this tradition where he dresses up as Santa and dances around. So you'll see that tonight at 11. We have a cool video he showed us. And that was just a few weeks after his last surgery in November. So he said he's doing a lot better. In fact, he's actually smoked brisket a little bit since his accident. He said it's just too good to pass up. Of course, he's being a lot more careful now.
Yeah, well, we look forward to watching your story tonight. One of the stories you'll be seeing tonight on 13 News 11. We know you're still writing and editing. Lauren, we're going to let you get back to it, and we'll hopefully catch your dogs the next time, okay?
Yes, they're sleeping right now. So.
Oh, they are sleeping. Okay. All right. We're going to let Milo and Murphy sleep. Don't want to bother them, but it's great to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining us here on Facebook Live. Oh, there they are. Tell you what, we can't get enough of Milo. Just even a sneak peek of the pup is what we need to do to feel good tonight. All right, do have some great news to pass along. Indy Honor Flight this is an organization based over in Plainfield. They take care of veterans. They are able to take our military vets, these heroes, from Indianapolis. They fly them on an airplane to Washington, D.C. These veterans get a chance to spend the day in D.C. seeing all the monuments, the memorials there. It's a wonderful opportunity for these veterans. Well, since 2019, they've not been flying because of the pandemic, because so many of these men are at an age that puts them at risk for getting COVID. So they've basically been grounded for a few years. Well, we just learned today that Indy Honor Flight is going to resume flying again. They are going to fly again in April. April 16th is their next flight. They're inviting the public to welcome veterans home that night. We'll have more details about that as we get closer, but what a wonderful thing. And here's how Channel 13 viewers have made it happen. So you guys have been so generous in our Send the Love micro-giving campaign. A few weeks ago, we were honoring Indy Honor Flight, and we asked Channel 13 viewers to help donate money in $5 donations. Just kick in a few bucks and help Indy Honor Flight get some of these vets to D.C. You were able to raise enough money to make sure that 23 veterans were able to go on the next plane trip. So because of you, you're going to be able to watch these veterans go to D.C., have a wonderful day, come back and be honored like they should be. So we're going to continue to follow that. But we thought that was wonderful news. Isn't that great, Angela, to be able to, you know, have a hand in making sure that Indy Honor Flight's able to get these veterans back?
Yeah, and for our viewers to contribute, and now more than 24 because of you get to do that, which is great. And that's such an honor for them. And
it is.
You can see how much it means to them when they're there and then when they come home, and so it is great. So thank you very much.
Yeah, it's so awesome. All right, well, we've had a couple of fun days here at Channel 13 because we're getting very excited because we've got a new member of the Channel 13 family that has been hanging out here behind the scenes, preparing for her debut on the evening news. And here is a photo of our new friend, Felicia Lawrence. Felicia is a news anchor. She is originally from Chicago. She is joining the Channel 13 family. She's going to be joining Angela and Anne Marie and myself on the early evening and then on the late news. And so we're very excited about Felicia Lawrence joining us here on the Channel 13 evening news. And I want to let you know that Felicia is going to be on the Facebook Live tomorrow morning that follows sunrise. So for our viewers that are with Facebook all day long, you know that that's called the extra shot of sunrise. So Felicia's coming in tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. and she's going to be in with our sunrise friends. I know, just the idea of getting up at 7 a.m. and being live on TV, that's
right.
Kind of a staggering thing for those of us that work nights. But Felicia will be there, and you'll get a chance to hear her, see her, and we think that you're really going to like her. She's a delightful, talented young journalist. Can't wait to have her start with us.
Oh, you're going to love her.
Yeah.
She's genuine.
Yep.
She's smart. She's a businesswoman.
Yep.
She's a journalist. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, and very excited to be part of our community. So we're really happy to have her.
Right. And no one's going anywhere. We're just adding her to the family. So just wanted to make sure that people knew that. But Felicia, we are glad that you are part of our Channel 13 family. All right, so if you happen to miss the beginning of our Facebook Live tonight and our conversation about the sub-zero wind chills, Angela, tell us what it's going to be like when folks wake up tomorrow morning.
It's going to be cold. I don't have to tell you that. We're already in the teens in Lafayette. So we'll wake up temperatures 10 to 15, wind chills near zero. Few places like Lafayette, Kokomo, maybe sub-zero.
Wow.
And then we don't make it out of the 20s. And we did have a snow question, and we've been keeping an eye on the cold air kind of colliding with some moisture down to our south. And as expected, we've had some light snow across the southern part of the state, but nothing across central Indiana. But I also want to point out what you see coming off Lake Michigan. Those streaks of blue, those are lake effect snow showers. And we got a comment from the LaPorte area, or that they were seeing snow in LaPorte. And yes, so we've got a northwest wind over the lake right now. So that means areas slightly east of Lake Michigan are getting the lake effect snow. So LaPorte over towards South Bend, maybe as far east as Elkhart. Once those winds shift a little bit and they're going to come due north out over Lake Michigan, we're going to see the lake effect snow maybe come into places like Monticello, Delphi, Lafayette tomorrow. So we'll be on the lookout for that. At this point, nothing forecast to be heavy, but you can see Kentucky getting snow again, and we're not. That's just the way it's gone so far this winter.
Someday, some week, we'll get snow enough to shovel and be out there with the kids and go sledding. Someday, right?
Someday, I would think. At this point, though, the cold air is good. I know it's not very fun to stand at the bus stop or head into work or school when it's that cold, but the cold definitely, we need the cold to get snow. And when we get in a cold pattern, oftentimes we see these fast-moving systems come out of the northwest that bring us snow chances.
Right.
And there are a couple in the 7-day. Doesn't look that big at this point, but we'll keep you updated.
All right, sounds good. Angela will have more on her extended forecast as we all look forward to the weekend. It's Wednesday night, right? It's never too early.
Friday Eve.
It's never early enough to start looking toward the weekend. Plus the big story tonight, we're going to be taking a look at some COVID-related stories. Of course, we're going to have the story that Lauren mentioned and much more when we see you tonight over on 13 News at 11. Thanks for joining us. We're with you every weeknight here at 10 o'clock on Channel 13's Facebook page. Good night.